Ahwefoɔ for a sign so makwaba at back from my TV Subium. Na Yebora in 71 Borum, away Honorable Murtala-Mohammed, a catching and chair at Swape, could DASL Ufu, a temple to away parliaments, mammy, lesbian, and my mutual fan channel to be a demand. No, Honorable Murtala be PMWay live a program. So no student send me up to 2 and 7 years. Before so come a bit more money, then yet me a man acquire big problem. Pardon, I will say, after 2024 election, Kessie Basun do match the new patriotic party good for good, even if they use violence and I say it is on the crime bonus first way in Kunim Padia, on Bay so a Piancasancasa to the new to the San Semiso. Atutuja na 71 so assign boy damn pare kufu damn pare e Ghana ya iji bakopa wakamu otumi bo na basu ejuma po otumi bo e ya sinlord by election to cause so mutumi bo momodin ma bibia so tumi cause ye wo ho no so se papai enso e dia atudu ntimi se rekwan man ko tie ensema papa nkasankasa Murtala-Mohammed eto ne ntu so edituda.
And if our position was accepted by the Supreme Court, there would have been a runoff. So that is the point. You go to court for a purpose. Now, if we are raising other issues, those issues, yes, NDC could have decided to go to court on those issues.
Yes, but you chose not to.
Yeah, we chose to go to court on an issue we felt had the efficacy for the elections to be declared void, and therefore we would have had a rerun of the elections.
But my point is, on these other issues that you're raising, and today you're here, I mean, we're in 2023, we're ready for another elections in 2024, and you're insisting that in 2024 you won in 2020 you won in certain areas.
No.
I mean, for anyone who is watching and is not partisan, the person will be asking, where's the evidence? If those if those issues were paramount and important to you, why didn't you pursue them in court? You didn't. You are here crying to us.
Some have been pursued in court. The Savile one, you know, there was a court issue.
Yes.
I think the Zabzugu one also.
Yes.
I'm saying that yes, there were some mistakes we made as a political party, and some, if you like, mistakes that are just unforgivable. Those who were clothed with the responsibility to do that, to work and ensure that those things never happen. I mean, we lost our guard and those things happen. That is why we are repeatedly saying that these mistakes must not be made again. And we're sending a signal to the security agencies or men in uniform that they have paid by our taxes. They swore an oath to protect lives and property of all Ghanaians. They didn't swear the oath to protect lives and property and interests, rather parochial interests of President Nanado and his family and the NPP. So we are telling them that this responsibility, this moral duty, that our taxes are paid, are used to pay them to discharge. If they fail to do that in 2024 and think that they can repeat what they did in 2020, we shall meet them boot to boot.
Okay.
We will do that. In fact, to be very honest, the Constitution of Ghana enjoins us to do everything, even if it means using violence means to protect this democracy and this constitution. So the NDC position is that we felt we trusted in the independence and the impartiality of the security agencies. We least expected the security agencies to stoop so low as they did and allow themselves to be manipulated by the political elite. We are simply telling them that if they attempt to do that in 2024, we will not allow them to do that. It's as simple as that.
I don't know if you are by this beating war drums. Maybe you just
what is war drums? I've just
them boot for boot.
Of course, of course. I'm saying that the Constitution,
saying that
the Constitution itself says the Constitution itself says that when a military leader overthrows this Constitution, this democracy, and you also use a violence means to overthrow that military leader and restore democracy. That's why June 4th, I've told people that I have participated in June 4th, but I will never participate in 31st. I have never participated in anything 31st. And I do so on principle. I can't be condemning the 1966 coup and I'll be hailing another coup. Both coups toppled democratically elected government. So any attempt to destroy this democracy, we are enjoined by the Constitution to use any means to protect that democracy. So I'm saying that the security agencies are paid without taxes. They swore an oath to protect lives and property of the people of this country. Now they are supposed to be impartial. They are supposed to be fair in the way they deal with every citizen of this country. Now what they did in the 2020 elections, They were neither partial, they were neither fair. They did what the MPP wanted them to do. And that for me was embarrassing. That was shameful on the part of those in uniform. We are simply saying that in 2024, we expect them to be impartial. We expect them to be fair. If they think that they can repeat what they did in 2020, we shall meet them boot to boot. That one is as simple as that.
Didn't they showcase impartiality, fairness in the just recently ended Ase North by-elections?
Absolutely.
And you applaud them.
Absolutely, we did. That's what I'm saying. And that is why the MPP has problem with the IGP. The MPP announced... Oh, yes. The MPP announced saying that, haven't you heard those calls, that the IGP should be fired? The man...
They've heard rumors.
Oh, they have said it. I've heard MPP people who have said, look, I was with some MPP guy who said, why is the IGP still at post? The MPP members of parliament. So they were expecting the IGP to be partial. They were expecting the IGP to do what they did in Ayawasu West Wagon. And he refused to do so. And that is why we commend the IGP and the police service and the security agencies.
So now you trust them?
We trust them on the basis of they discharging their duties and responsibility impartially and fairly. When they do that, we commend them. Look, the NDC, we have been very consistent in our demand for the security agencies to be independent-minded in discharging their duties and responsibilities. So when they do things that are worthy of our commendation, we do so. And that is why we will commend them. Look, when this IGP was appointed, I praise him. I have known him for some time. And I said, look, this man is intelligent. This man he appeared to be someone who is independent. Sometimes I also raise questions about sometimes his, showmanship. I have said those things. But I commended him. When he did certain things that were not right, I condemned it. Me, Murtala, there are certain things I do, people will commend me. There are certain things I do, people would condemn me.
We'll get to
once you are in public space, you can't be absolutely perfect. You do certain things, people will commend you. You do certain things, people would condemn you. So as a security agencies, what they did, when they demonstrated impartiality, why is the MPP crying? Why are they crying? So it means that this is their modus operandi. They expect the security agencies to dance to their very terrible melody that they want them to dance to, and which doesn't augur well for the progress of our democracy.
And these applause that the security agencies are getting, I mean, on the back of the Ase North by-elections from you, Honorable Comrade Murtala, would you give same to the Electoral Commission for organizing a free, fair elections?
I have insisted that Jean Mensah is an activist of the NPP. You remember when she was appointed, and I said that she was a family member to the wife of the president. Kweku Baku sat on Metro TV, on I think Joy News File, and said I was lying, that they had no family ties. And because the people of this country believes in people who speak English in a funny way, people believed what he said and felt that I was, only for it to be proven in court that Jean Mensah was a family member of the wife of the president. I still expect Kweku Baku to apologize to me for having sat on Metro TV and Newsfile and said I was lying. There wasn't any family relation. The woman was appointed ab initio to do the bidding of the NPP.
But did they do that at Ase North?
They would have done that, but they never got the opportunity because we're vigilant. Then, you see, they can only do that through the connivance and the cahoots of the security agencies. They couldn't do that because the security agencies were fair in handling the issue. And that is why we commend the security agencies. Look, the Dr. Bosman Asari, he was my lecturer. In fact, he was my 2 years senior when we were in Legon. When I went to the department, he was my lecturer. And I have always said that a very good lecturer, but a disastrous deputy electoral commissioner. I mean, this is a person who said that the NDC was an existential threat. On that day, in a serious democracy, that man would have been fired. He's still there. Everybody knows he was TESCON patron on campus. He can't deny that. He can't look at some of us. In fact, when we were there, he was a member of TESCON. He became a TESCON, patron on campus. He cannot deny that. They appointed another TESCON patron somewhere, I think in UNE, as also one of the officers at the Electoral Commission. So this has been the agenda. The only way we can prevent that, one, for security agencies on the election day to be fair, Two, for the NDC to be courageous and vigilant. And it is not just the national executive of the party. Individual members of parliament and candidates. In Tamale Central, by 7:30, I had my collated results. By
any summer honorable Murtala Muhammad and so they are two drought to say papa de Kamako so social somebody to the Nangasano 77 dream on the two drought so be used violent. It is a good for good on match the new patriotic party in 2024 upcoming election because no and so some about what I was TV. But my comment section also what I never to me I can kind of ha air coma TV so I'm the Cassie web providing Eddie or being able to search. Macron.